how to prepare for pregnancy in terms of traditional Chinese medicine. So I am actually on this journey as well in finding ways to prepare my body for making a family later. For me, obviously, learning a more holistic ways of preparing my body for pregnancy and building a team around me for that. One of the books that I found, this book called Awakening Fertility, The Essential Art of Preparing for Pregnancy. In this book, she talks about the 3 essential organs, what we call the yin organs of the body that plays a role in reproductive health and fertility. So these 3 yin organs are the spleen, the liver, and the kidneys. The spleen in Chinese medicine plays a role in digestion, and it's actually super important for digestion. It also controls a lot of the muscles in our body. It keeps everything upright. Your spleen can be overwhelmed with too much thought. That's actually the emotion for it, is thought. Thinking too much and constantly worrying about every little detail. So when you do that, you overwhelm your spleen a lot. You can tax it, and it can make you tired, make your muscles weak, make your digestion slow or weak. So those are signs of some maybe spleen fatigue, spleen deficiency. Another organ again that is related to reproductive health is the liver. Of course, in Western medicine, the liver is like this really huge organ, and it controls a lot of our hormones and detoxing. In Chinese medicine, the liver controls the blood and the tendons. So it's really important in that aspect and making sure things are flowing well throughout the entire body. It can become stagnant or stuck from anger, from frustration. So those are the emotions associated with liver. And you can notice if you're more irritable towards your partner or your friends, right?
Or more prone to anger.
That means that your liver might be more stagnant in that case. And then lastly, the 3rd yin organ is the kidneys. So again, in Chinese medicine, the kidneys are what store what's called the jing, or the essence of the body. That is something that we say you inherit from your parents. And the way I learned it as well is you do kind of have this finite amount. It's kind of like your reserves in a way. So if you make choices, you tap too much of those savings, let's say, then you're gonna run out. So if you party, stay up too late all the time, if you're working around the clock constantly and not giving yourself enough time to recover, that's gonna tax your kidneys a lot, and it can become depleted. And the jing and the essence from your kidneys is what you're going to pass on to your future baby and your future child. So you want that to be healthy and vibrant. And so, for example, the spleen likes to have more pumpkin, squash, yams, yams and sweet potatoes, kind of the same thing, and grass-fed beef. They like more warming foods. Liver likes bitter greens, some beets, sour foods, and kidneys, the nutrient-dense with sardines, black beans, dark leafy greens, walnuts, bone broth. Those are all foods that help support the kidney function and giving you nourishment. So you want to keep those organs properly nourished and making sure they're not stagnant. Some habits and items or foods that may not be beneficial for your body. One of the more obvious things is clearing out bad eating habits, not eating or not
Chugging down energy drinks or caffeine
all the time will probably be a good start. Getting rid of processed foods, right? That's like in a box with a bunch of ingredients that you can't even pronounce. That's probably not real food. So clearing out those, removing some foods that you suspect are causing some sort of inflammation in your body. This is going to be a little different for everyone. At least for me, I did see that removing dairy was very helpful. And I know eggs are actually quite good for you in terms of protein, but I'm a little bit allergic to eggs, so I don't eat it as much. And another thing that I read in the book that was kind of cool was if you're having sugar cravings, most likely you need more protein. So increasing your protein intake and sure you're getting enough protein in each meal. You need at least 20 to 30 grams of protein per meal. Finding those protein from animal sources or etc. Also creating a mindset of gratitude and positivity. So I'm not just saying, you can't just create positivity out of the air. You have to work for it too. Maybe each day journaling, a quick line of what you're grateful for. This could be just one thing to make it quick. Another thing I think that people don't think about is how you eat also matters. And so I tell people, when you eat, try to, take the electronics out with your partner, have a conversation with them while you're eating. You're not just like on our phone, not even talking to them or scrolling through Instagram. You're not being mindful of how you're eating if you are doing that. And another thing that I learned from my Girls Gone Strong app it's like a coaching thing, is also putting your fork down. So when you have food, put your fork down and you chew your food mindfully and not really trying to wolf down it quickly. So you're putting your fork down and waiting. This also helps you realize when you're actually satiated. So when you are putting your fork down and being mindful of your chewing and how much food you're eating, you actually get full faster. So you're like, oh, I didn't need to eat all that food. I actually wasn't that hungry. So as long as you're getting enough protein. Another thing is getting enough sleep. I think I talked about sleep hygiene a lot. It's really important. Need to be able to recover and to rest your organs, to rest your jing, right? So I think that's a great thing to do, is to get enough sleep. And of course, I'm going to talk about, in terms of preparing your body for pregnancy, to do acupuncture to get your body in balance on a regular basis if you're leading up to conceiving. I do recommend doing 3 to 6 months of preparation. So finding an acupuncturist in the area. You can do herbal medicine as well to get your body in balance. You can go weekly. Some people go weekly. Regulate your stress, regulate the hormones in that case. So I find that all beneficial. In this book, she goes obviously in more depth, but for me, those are the few things that I have incorporated, doing, again, mindfulness practice, gratitude practice, nourishing the different organs, start clearing out habits, so removing things that cause inflammation in your body, making sure that I'm eating well in terms of how I eat and not rushing, sleeping, doing acupuncture, and of course, for me, getting enough exercise is always a good thing. And it doesn't have to be crazy. I only go like 1 to 2 times a week at the gym, strength training. This can be another video as well, of like strength training to prepare your body for pregnancy, especially the core. So those are my guide and my tips and my advice on how to prepare your body for pregnancy through traditional Chinese medicine.